these comic book geezers gonna touch Showtime Comics for the new millennium, damn it!
All right, Eric Carmen, just slow your jets. Go back to South Park. We got it from here. Hey, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Comic Book Users. Welcome to another episode of the show. It's favorite covers time once again. Look who's back.
Hello, comic book fans. I am Wild Building on own comic, and I like to keep it that way. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Eric.
You're welcome, damn it.
I'm going to do favorite covers of Ka-Zar. Now, I have most of the run. I think I need 4 issues. I think it went 20 issues. I have to think. I think I have the first 16. But anyway, I'm going to show you my 5 favorite Ka-Zar covers.
And I'm seeing lots of Gil Kane here. Looks like. Yeah.
So, I kind of going backwards. So this would be number 5 out of...
And of course, a little bit of history. So Ka-Zar first originally debuted in Daredevil way back when, or as a X-Men. I forget exactly where he showed up first, but then
it might have been an X-Men.
I think it was an X-Men. X-Men, then Daredevil, and then they gave him a kind of like a solo run alongside Doctor Doom in Tales to Astonish.
Yeah. Tales to Astonish. He did like the first 13 or 14 issues.
Something like that.
Now, he actually went a little bit further in Tales to Astonish.
Doc Doom dropped off.
Yes. And then he went up into the early 20s, and it was 25 when Deathlock took over.
Yeah.
So Ka-Zar had a substantial run in Tales to Astonish prior to getting his own title here.
Yeah.
I didn't pull anything from Tales to Astonish.
Yeah, we kind of covered that before. This
is just Ka-Zar covers.
Yeah.
No Ka-Zar and Friends.
Yeah, we haven't done these before. This is the first year, so it's pretty cool.
So, here's number 2. I just, some good action covers. Always like in the jungle with his saber-toothed tiger there. I always seem to say his name wrong. Zubu. Did I say it wrong?
Zabu, right? Zabu. Now, let me see. Let's put our eyes to the test here. My guess is, and maybe some of you watching will confirm, this to me looks like a Gil Kane, John Romita co-cover here. Right? So one on the inks, one on the pencils. Because there are definitely some Romita-isms going on there, and there's definitely some Gil Kane stuff going on there. So I would guess that is a co-creation.
They can find out
on
the internet.
That's right.
Here,
definitely Gil Kane all in on this.
I love this, being attacked by the... It's always Ka-Zar, if you notice, Ka-Zar's always getting his ass whooped on the cover, and here comes the cat to back him up. It's kind of like Tarzan had Cheetah, the chimpanzee. Ka-Zar has a saber-toothed tiger.
Yep.
I like the idea of a saber-toothed tiger better than a cheetah.
I do too.
I'd rather have a saber-toothed tiger as my companion as opposed to a chimp.
I agree. I agree. Chimps are cool too, but yeah.
Oh, now we're getting up to my number 2.
John Buscema cover. Look at that.
Ka-Zar at number 1.
That is a great cover.
Yeah, this is definitely a great action pose.
Yeah, that's something else.
And I just got this a couple of years ago from our friends in Texas.
Yeah, I don't know any of these Ka-Zars. I probably should check into it because I always love the character. I just, for whatever reason, just never bought any of these.
It's a pretty cool read,
yeah,
but when you read it, you're like, this is Tarzan all over again.
Well, yeah, of course.
But of course, they couldn't use Tarzan's name, but they use a lot of letters from Tarzan.
Yes. That is true.
It's a very similar. Here's my number 1. And this is volume 2. This, I believe, is 1980 or 81. Might be 82. There were 60 cents in 82. This might be 1981. But I picked this up. I bought this off the rack. I think this is an outstanding cover. You can notice a little bit difference in the look of Ka-Zar. Different artist.
That looks like Val Mayrick to me. But I could be wrong.
Does it say on the cover? Maybe in the fine print?
Oh, Anderson. I don't know who that is.
Ian? No, just kidding.
Yeah, it says Anderson. I'm not quite sure who that is, but yeah.
Anyway, here's my favorite Ka-Zar cover.
Wow,
so now we move on from favorites from 1 through 5.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions coming up. This is the only Ka-Zar in my collection when I was a teenager. I've had this book since I was like 13 years old, maybe 14.
See some voodoo action going on there or something, right?
I like this face.
Yeah.
Very fiendish.
Very fiendish.
Fiendish henchman.
And I just noticed your number 1 was Ka-Zar the Savage. So
That's
this
number 2.
is volume 2.
That's also number 2, volume 2, number 2.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, yeah, I just noticed that now. Cool.
Ka-Zar the Savage.
So
Yeah,
when did that start? 1980, 81?
I believe,
So
81, I think that was. Was it say on the side? Can you read that?
81, yeah.
81?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 81.
In May, so it started early 81.
So this was the only Ka-Zar book in my collection. I had this and maybe one of the Tales to Astonish issues. Those were the only Ka-Zars in my collection when I was a kid. So honorable mention there. Honorable mention, Ka-Zar fighting the Claw.
There you go. So here's my question. Looking at that, very cool, and I like the Claw. So it would make sense to me to have Ka-Zar and Black Panther working together to go up against the Claw, because the Claw was Black Panther's main nemesis, right? Yeah. And you would think both jungle characters, right? The Ka-Zar and Black Panther. I don't recall ever seeing Ka-Zar and Black Panther in an issue together, which is kind of strange. That's a good one. Yeah.
And Ka-Zar, after his titles ran out, he didn't really appear a lot after these books.
True.
I don't remember him, you don't see him like Spider-Man or Fantastic Four or...
Well, if memory serves correctly, I think what happened was when they were able to utilize the Tarzan character, which they did for a bunch of issues in the late 70s, they basically pushed Ka-Zar aside.
Yeah, they had to, right?
They didn't want to do both at the same time.
Weren't they also legally...
I think so. Which
obligated by the Tarzan people? They sold the rights or whatever?
So there was cease and desist on Ka-Zar while you're using Tarzan, which would make sense why this picked back up in 81, because after the Tarzan run. Yeah,
so they went right back to Ka-Zar.
Yeah,
because Tarzan was kind of a flop for Marvel.
Yeah.
I think Tarzan was more successful with DC in the early 70s, right? They had a better run. Yep. DC did.
Yep.
I believe that this is a Jim Starlin cover.
Oh, really?
I believe.
I
could be. I think this is. I thought this was Starlin.
It doesn't look like Starlin to me.
I forgot. I thought it was. I know he did one of them. I thought he did.
Looks like Klaus Janson. It looks like
Mental Block. It was Cull. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Oops.
Cull.
Sorry.
Close.
You know.
Pretty cool. I mean, that's what I always like about the Ka-Zar stuff. It's like there's all these dinosaurs and things in there too, right?
It's almost like a. I don't want to say pterodactyl, but it's got the pterodactyl wings, but it looks more vicious, the head, than totally a pterodactyl. It's not a pterodactyl head. It's more like a dinosaur-headed lizard head, you know? And he's going after... And it's the opposite here. The cat's getting the brunt of the violence.
Yeah, I know, right?
And it's Ka-Zar backing him up.
Yep.
Honorable mention.
Look at that. That looks like Ramita right there.
And She-Devil taking the cat for a ride.
Shanna.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Of course, she's got to have red hair, right? She's like basically like the counterpart of Red Sonja, right? But just from a different time.
But nice bikini.
That's a great cover.
I like it.
Can always count on Johnny Ramita, right?
Yes. And then,
look at this.
Definitely an honorable mention. There was only 3 issues of this, and I have issue 2 and issue 3. I need issue 1. This is like from 1971 or 1970, I believe. But anything with Spider-Man. I'm such a Spider-Man fan, so I went for this. Honorable mention, Ka-Zar.
So what was this? Was this like a short Ka-Zar run before this?
Yes. This is the oldest.
Now, are those repeats or are those new stories?
This is new stories here. This is. I guess this is. I'm reaching here, but I'm going to say that this was the original first run of Ka-Zar.
Wow.
3 issues. Before he got his own title, because this one is like from 1975.
Right. And this is before Tales to Astonish?
It might be around the same time, because Tales to Astonish
started like... I've never seen this before.
Yeah, Tales to Astonish started, like in 1971?
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
So you got your glasses on.
I do.
What's that say on the inside? I bet you're going to see 1970 or maybe 69.
1970.
1970. So this did predate, like I thought.
Ka-Zar. Hold on a second.
And stick, too. That's why it was a 25 center, because books back at that time were 12 cent or 15 cent. Probably 15 cent. Yeah, in 1970, they were 15 cent books in 1970. So you got 2 stories. Now, this could be a Daredevil reprint. I don't know. You got 2 stories.
Yeah, you know what? These are both reprints.
They are.
Yeah, these are reprints. They're from Spider-Man and from Daredevil. Yeah.
What's the first one reprinted from? Spider-Man. I don't remember Ka-Zar being in Spider-Man. No one told me.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. But the Daredevil, I just want to see what the... Or maybe it's not.
There's no footnote.
Nah, this has got to be because this is this is the 2-issue Daredevil where he's fighting against his brother, the Plunderer. So the Daredevil is definitely a reprint.
You know what? I didn't do any research because I've been doing a lot of overtime this week, but there is a Ka-Zar appearance in Spider-Man issue 104.
Okay.
Or 103.
Yeah, that's what this is.
Is that a reprint of 104?
Yeah, I believe so.
But how could that be? Because
I wish they. Why don't they say? Well, hold on. Copyright. So the 1968 is the Daredevil issue is from Spider-Man reprinted courtesy of something publishing 1968. Daredevil reprint courtesy of 1966. So there you have it. So
the point I was getting to is the Spider-Man Ka-Zar issue that I have is issue 104, and it's a 20-cent book, which was after this was, is younger than this one. This is older. This came out before 104.
And it's Johnny Romita, so this has got to be in the 50s or the 60s, right? Or the 40s, issue-wise. Yeah,
and you have most of those
Spider-Mans. Yeah, but for whatever reason, it's not ringing a bell. But
really?
It's got to be. It's definitely reprinted.
So
it's very cool, though.
But look how thick that book is.
Yeah, well, because you got a whole bunch of stories.
2 stories in there.
Yeah.
You got
great
the
cover,
Sizzler car. And it's in great shape, man.
Yeah,
it really is. So, I mean...
You get that recently?
I bought this from Zap for $2.
Jeez. I mean, it's reprints, but still, it's very cool.
Yeah. So
especially if you don't have the originals, right? So
I just need number 1. This is issue number 3. I have issue 2 also, but Spider-Man's not in it.
Okay.
But
basically, I bet you in issue 1 and 2 are reprints of
other stories
from X-Men.
Okay.
Right, would make sense.
But I bought this because of the cover with Spider-Man on it.
Of course, yeah. And
I mean, I'm not really a big Ka-Zar fan, but I think the artwork is cool. It's sci-fi, He's kind of... I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of Tarzan movies. It kind of reminds me of Tarzan, so... Ka-Zar, there you have it. My favorite covers of Ka-Zar.
Very cool.
Hope you like this video, because if you do, you should click the like button.
Yep, right.
And always click the notification bell so you'll be kept in the loop every time a video. We appreciate your comments and your support and your subscriptions. We're getting closer to 3,000 subscribers. We're in our 5th year. What else did I want to tell you? You can click at the bottom link and get yourself a wood mug or a wood t-shirt.
Get that on a t-shirt as well. Yeah.
And if you have any questions, hold them and go to the playlist. Check out the playlist.
Yeah, we got...
I'd like you to check out the playlist. It's funny. We always get comments to do things. We have new viewers, and we always thank you for your comments, but sometimes people ask us, hey, you should do this. I'm like, we did it.
Like a year ago.
We have, how many videos do we have now? Over 200?
Oh, easily.
Have to, right?
Yeah, easily.
What, close to 300 maybe?
Probably, yeah.
So, there's a lot of material to go through, but we appreciate you checking out the playlist. Always the thumbs up with the like is the biggest help if you really want to help us grow. Yep. And as always, we thank you for being here. And if you love comics as much as we do, come on back to Comic Book Geezers next time for more stuff. I'm Wild Bill saying take care, and we'll see you soon.
And I'm Pete Pardo. See you real soon here on the channel. Take care, everybody.
Bye.